Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to what is hell for a CRV owner. Whether you buy one of these cars and you're getting the work done by a mechanic and you're having to pay to get this level of work done, or whether you're doing the work for yourself, it's quite a lot of work, as you can see. So for the uninitiated, this is the last CRV that I bought. In the previous video you'll see I picked this thing up and I realised at the time of purchase it had a bit of a duff gearbox in it. The gearbox was sticking in gear and it was also leaking, which we can get a much better look at now that it's up on the ramp. We've just got to the point of taking the subframe off here and you can see just what a mess it's been making. It turns out it's actually been leaking from a few different points, up top as well, which is quite surprising. And I tell you what, this is your warning as to why you need to be careful when you're buying these cars. Because we all talk about how reliable they are, don't we? And they are. Fundamentally, these CRVs and others are very, very reliable. They're the last of that kind of era that are fixable and reliable. That's what we talk about. However, they are getting to that age now where seals are perishing. Things start to leak. You get little problems. And before you know it, you can end up like this. And the thing is, what you need to think about is, you know, a garage takes this thing in, or maybe a private seller has it, let's say. Are they really going to go to this level of dismantling the car and getting this work carried out for a leak? Probably not. It's debatable, isn't it? And you got to laugh as well. Some of these warranties that you'll get from certain dealerships, it's become common knowledge, thankfully, but often they're not worth the paper that they're written on, because things like external leaks or seals are often not covered. So you don't want to find yourself winding up here. So a few of you asked to come along on this journey of repairing the CRV. Here's a little bit of insight as to what we do. So the subframe's off. Obviously that needs to come out to give us access. Drive shafts are sat there as well. Everything from up top, you know, your air boxes, engine cover, that's all out. And obviously the culprit being sat in here, looking all oily. Still need to take this bit of exhaust off, but this is just it as well. Along your way, everything doesn't go quite smooth, because if you take a look at this, some mechanic, inverted commas there, that's been in here before has actually snapped off the exhaust studs. So you're always coming across these things, people's bodge jobs, things that aren't right. And that's the case with this gearbox. It's been out before. If you watched the last video, you'll know I spoke about this a little bit. That gearbox was out before, and supposedly someone repaired the problem, but obviously they've not put it back together very well for it to be leaking and the problem to reoccur. Anyway, because the gearbox has got several problems, and it's not just a case of taking it out and determining where the leak's coming from, or taking it out and determining, right, we've got a worn synchro or something like that. It's got several issues. Therefore, we're just replacing it with a totally different gearbox. So this is a refurbished unit. Actually looks really fresh on the bits that aren't open to the elements. With a warranty. So that goes in and it gives complete peace of mind. So we're getting very close now. I think we just need to take the starter motor off. And I'm being rude as well. I should also introduce my handsome assistant here. Junior working away, slaving away.
Same as all these.
There she is. So here is the old gearbox. And when it's leaking, it's a really unusual spot. So this is a gear selector. This is where your cables go onto. You can see it's actually leaking right here. Now, usually in the engine bay, there's loads of stuff on top here, so it's not all that obvious. But it looks like it's either just been leaking from there, or there's maybe been a second spot on the bottom where it's been leaking as well. I think what we'll do is we'll pull this cap off and get a look inside. So I've made it inside the gearbox. You can see fine marks in it here, where something's just been catching it all the way around. And you can see several of them are already completely gone. That's broken. And then coming up to these are fractured. These are getting ready to let go. So this gearbox did not have long for this world. Let's hope that guy's in better shape.
Guarantee it. Look at it, it's brand new pretty much.
It does look brand new, yeah.
Metal fibres.
Yeah, I get a look at the magnet. I don't know if that's coming through on camera, but it's gone. I don't want to touch it with bare hands, but it's gone almost like a teddy bear. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. There's some bare hands for you. So here we are. Apologies for the lack of update here. Someone forgot the SD card for the camera, so we've got the job moved on a fair bit from where you would have last seen it. New gearbox is now in. We're just about to get the subframe back up and in the car as well, which we always make a point of painting. You can see, so we need to get this in, and then everything else. Exhaust back up, all in one piece, airbox, and then we're done. And there we go, just like that, all the work's complete. So we've moved the car just outside of the unit, so we know first gear works at least anyway, and the moment of truth is approaching. And this is the issue, isn't it? You never quite know with these used parts what kind of condition they're going to be in. Of course, it comes with a couple of months warranty, but that's not much good because you've just watched what it takes to change a gearbox. So if it turns out that it's actually not in good shape and has problems similar to what we had before, then what you might do, you're going to need to whip it out. Anyway, let's hop in, take it for a bit of a drive. So here we go, moment of truth, I guess. I don't know why I'm preempting a problem with the engine. There never was a problem with the engine in the first place. No, what we've done is change the oil in it. So yeah, engine still works, surprise, surprise. It's all about this gearbox. And I did notice when I moved it out of the unit, first gear is engaging so much better than it was before. When you drive a lot of these cars, you get a feel of what the controls should kind of be like. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't subtle. I was almost having to use two hands to force it into first gear. But then again, now that we've seen the insides of that gearbox, I'm not surprised that was the case. Second gear was also sticky on that old gearbox, so let's try it. Yeah, smooth as butter. Exactly as this car should have been all along. And it's not just the gearbox that we're testing here, because, well, as you've seen, the amount of stuff that you need to remove in order to get that gearbox out of there, you need to think about all that. So we had all the intercooler pipes off, all the airbox off, the MAF sensor, that kind of thing. So checking that we've got no warning lights, checking that the engine makes good power. These are torquey cars, the 1.6s, and everything seems to be fine. We can also get a bit of side-to-side action going on, because again, those lower arms and everything, we've taken them off, just making sure that nothing's making any noise, nothing's loose, the anti-roll bar, all that kind of thing. Common for making a bit of noise when it's been off and maybe not fastened down correctly. I'd be very surprised if we had noise, to be fair. We check it like 3 times before we roll it off of the ramp. But certainly so far, everything seems pretty good. I would say that's mission success just as well. I've never had to return a part like a gearbox, something that's that integral and that labour heavy, and I don't ever want to be honest. If that did have a problem, imagine having to whip that back out and then send it back and get a refund. All those hours wasted for absolutely nothing. But thankfully, it's not the case. And this car, well, it's ready to go on and do what? Another 100,000 miles of service? No bother at all, I would imagine. And I'm a bit proud of that. I like fixing these cars up. They're good, honest cars, aren't they? They're what people want to buy nowadays. So I'm quite glad this one's going to be out on the road for some time to come. The other thing we do as well, I didn't quite get a shot of this while it was on the ramp. I should have done, my apologies. Worst video making skills ever in this video. But doing a bit of undercoating as well. So the areas on the other underside which are quite susceptible to corrosion over the years, we rub them back and get a bit of Lanogard on there as well, just to try and help preserve the car. Because this one is in good shape. It's just bizarre that that gearbox decided to give up the ghost. I guess the first time it's had a bit of a problem. It's been refurbished, and the garage who done it, they didn't make a very good job, let's be honest. So now, getting that one in there, a proper low mileage box, and we could see everything was in great condition. She's ready to go for some time yet. Now, as ever, thank you so much for watching. And oh, if you are interested in buying this CR-V, it's not sold yet. There are a couple of viewings on the cards for it, but you can send me an email. I'll add it to the description below. Use that. You can get in touch with me if you are interested in buying the car. But yes, thank you for watching. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you for the next one.